genuinely, I can confidently say that I'm a confident person. And a few years ago, there's no way I could have said that. From surviving to thriving, episode 3, baby. Let's get into it. How I went from insecure to feeling confident on a daily basis. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca, your self-development sis. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to not miss any future videos from me. So today, we're going to be talking about how I went from being someone who did not have a lot of confidence. It's not like I woke up one day and felt like I was a confident person. I actually struggled a lot with the way I felt about myself, the way I felt about the way I looked, the way I felt about what I was doing with my life. On an everyday basis, of course there's ups and downs, but feeling like genuinely I can confidently say that I'm a confident person. And a few years ago, there's no way I could have said that. I was somebody who struggled with body image issues a lot. I would put so much value and emphasis on if I could feel good that day or not based on what my body was looking like. I struggled with making decisions and being confident in myself and making those decisions, because that's, at the end of the day, the lack of confidence in yourself is going to make you indecisive. And I thought I was just an indecisive person, but in actuality, I was just somebody who didn't have the confidence within myself. So therefore, I would be indecisive and not make any decisions because I wasn't confident in the decisions and trusting myself in the decisions that I was making. I didn't have high self-worth and confidence in my dating life. I would accept less than I knew deep down that I deserved to be treated as, and I wouldn't be showing up as my best, most authentic self, because if you're not fully confident in who you are, you're not going to be showing up as your best authentic self. You're going to try to dim yourself down. You're going to try to fit into molds of other people because you're going to want to be liked. And I totally fell into that people-pleasing tendency, the people-pleasing trap of watering myself down or trying to become someone I wasn't just so that everyone could like me. But at the end of the day, did I even like myself? So I have a few tips for you that are more unconventional, but I do think that will help you become more of a confident person on a daily basis. So number 1, the best thing that I did that helped me become more confident was crafting something that's called my own self-concept. And a self-concept is essentially just the way that you view yourself. And if you are not viewing yourself in a positive, high value, high light manner, then it's gonna be hard for other people to do so as well. And so the way that you craft a high value, high self-concept is by not putting your worth on external things, by not giving your power away based on if somebody likes you or not, based on if you're successful in your career or not, based on if your body looks a certain way, based on if you had a productive day or not. All these little things, they may seem small, but they really add up over time. And so the way you fix this is by deciding first who you are. You can ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be? At my core, deep down, who am I? What is my version of myself that I am going to start looking at myself in that lens and viewing myself in that way, and not depending on what anyone else thinks or says about you is the way you truly build that internal self-confidence. So that's something that I did, was I decided that I wanted to be this high value person, this confident person who just knew who she was. So I started crafting who she was. I started thinking about, what is the best version of me? What does she look like? What is my higher self? What is the things that the best version of me does? And how can I start doing that every single day? And the more you start to think about yourself in that way and that light, other people will start seeing yourself in that way too. Number 2, something that helped me a lot to become more confident was stopping to allow myself to be treated in ways by people or things that was no longer serving myself or my higher self or the way that I was, where I was going. The way that you teach people how to treat you is by not accepting anything less than what you deserve or anything less than the way you want to be treated. And so by cutting people and situations out that was ultimately not treating me in the way that I knew the most confident, high value version of me was going to be treated, I could therefore then start signaling to myself, signaling to the universe that that is not treatment that I'll be accepting anymore, because I'm up here and I'm not going to accept treatment down here. But if I stick around with this guy if I stick around in this situation that's this level down here treatment, then how can I expect to get treated up here? You have to say no to the things first that are not going to serve you in order to say yes, to say yes to the things that you know are going to serve you going forward. Number 3, a huge tip that really helped skyrocket my confidence levels within myself was keeping the promises that I made to myself. If you are telling yourself that you're going to do all of these things and you never do it, you are breaking the self-trust you have with yourself, and therefore your confidence will plummet. The best thing I ever did was intentionally get outside my comfort zone to do the things that deep down I knew I wanted to do, that my soul was begging me to do, but I was just scared, or I was letting fear or fears of judgment or what people were gonna say to me stop me from doing it. But once you snap out of it and you take action on the things you know you need to do but are just too scared to, that is when you start to really feel a whole new sense of self-confidence. And even an example that's happened recently to me, when I left LA after 3 years, feeling stuck there, not really sure what's next, feeling scared to get outside my comfort zone. Once I left LA and I just cut the cord and said, I'm going to try something new. I went to Miami for a month. I started trying new things. I all of a sudden felt a whole new wave of confidence that I didn't feel in so long. Because now when you do something outside your comfort zone, I'm like, damn, I can do anything. I did this thing that I was really scared of doing and I'm still fine. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm happy. Things are good. That means I can do anything. And it gives you a whole new wave of confidence. When I just hosted my first ever women's self-development retreat in Costa Rica and it went absolutely amazing, I'm like, okay, I can do hard things. I can do things that scared me, because that really scared me because it was something that I've never done before. So outside my comfort zone. Tip number 4 was not putting all my worth and my value on the way that my body looked. So I mentioned this earlier, but if you want to have more confidence with your body image, you have to detach the amount of value and worth and emphasis you are putting on the way your body looks every single day. Because here's the thing, as women, our bodies fluctuate. Some days I'm more bloated, some days I'm not. Some days I feel like I'm gaining weight, some days I'm not. It depends where I'm at in my cycle. It depends on the workouts I did. It depends what I ate. It depends on my stress levels. It depends on so many different things. And the more that you keep attaching, if you're going to be happy this day, if your body looks this certain way or not, the more you're going to be disappointed, because life is not just like this. Our bodies are not just going to be like that. It's going to be fluctuating. And so it's in the moments where maybe you're having a lower body image day, maybe you're not loving the way you look, maybe this, that, or the other, and you still say to yourself, I'm going to be confident no matter what. That is true confidence. That is the most magnetic energy that you can tap into, is when you are not going to let anything external of you, including the way your body looks that day, determine if you're confident or not, because only you can determine that. And lastly, tip number 5, I started living for me, point blank. If you want to be confident, you got to start living a life that makes you feel confident, that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel like you are actually doing something good for yourself. I found that the people that are stuck within themselves or are not confident are the ones who are living their life for somebody else, for society's expectations, for the fears that they have of judgment, are living for their parents, are living for the things they think they should do. They're living for the shoulds. They're not going to have high levels of confidence. The most confident people are the people who are living their life for themselves. And that's exactly what I did, was just making the decision that I was going to live for me and no one else. And I still live by that every single day. And that builds up my confidence just like a muscle every single day. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the Surviving to Thriving series.